You are now listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you the realest information, music, lifestyle, and truth in comedy shows around. I am your host, Toni Williams. I don't count likes, calories, or blessings. I don't dine with snakes or bite my tongue. It is what it is. I am what I am. I am your host, Toni Williams. Shout out to all my new listeners and my On Ones Day Ones. Yes, welcome in. Yes, welcome to have you. Glad to have you listening in. Okay, so tonight well, should I say this morning? Yeah, we have a couple of things going on. There's a lot going on. And we're going to go on and just dive right into it. This first story here. A Milwaukee man was charged with a hate crime on Wednesday for allegedly throwing battery acid on a Hispanic man in a suspected racist attack, authorities said. Clifton Blackwell, 61, was charged with first-degree reckless injury, use of a dangerous weapon, and a hate crime after video appeared to show him dousing a man with acid during an argument over the victim's immigration status, according to the probable cause affidavit. Now, Mr. Valles, 42, said Blackwell confronted him on Friday, complaining about how he parked his vehicle. A surveillance camera captured the scary encounter on video, showing the suspect raising his hands and pointing at his face right before he splashed him with the liquid. He started arguing, "Why you come here and invade my country? Why you come here illegally?" I said, "Sir, you don't know my status. I am a citizen too," he recalled. He got mad when I told him everybody came here from somewhere else. And Valles, who was on his way to a restaurant, said that he began to walk away when the man suddenly tossed the acid in his face. Ooh, that's a tough one. He was walking away, and he got it anyway. That man did not deserve that. That was cruel. That was very cruel. And that was racist. How do you defend yourself against acid being dashed into your face? That's something that nobody should have to go through. Nobody should have to experience that. But the guy wanted to say that he wanted to say thank you for the people who helped him. He said at a press conference Wednesday, "I appreciate it a lot. They fill my heart. There's a lot of good people here just for one guy. I'm very thankful that I'm okay." And Blackwell could face up to 25 years in prison and $100,000 in fines if convicted as charged. It's unclear if he had retained an attorney or not, but it's safe to say more than likely he has already gotten an attorney. But what he did to this man's face was horrendous. That's the bullshit you don't do. Like, you gotta grow up and you gotta face the fact that it's illegal. You can't do that. It's madness out there. So, everyone, I'm telling you, be careful because you don't know who has what on their mind. And the man who did this was 61 years old. Well, is 61 years old. That's to the bone. His ignorance runs deep. It's all the way to his bones to make him screw off the rest of his life like that. Because he's 61 and he'll be going to prison. He should be going to prison. We'll have to find that out later. But at 61 and you going to prison for 25 years or more? No, I don't see that being too well. But who knows? The way things is going, You never know which way the coin is going to flip once it's been tossed. But I am so glad that this man was okay, that he survived this attack, and that he still had a good spirit about himself to really thank the people that were helping him. Um, and that says a lot about his character. So that guy was really in the wrong, and people, we got to watch out for this sort of thing because it's not healthy. It's not healthy for the kids to see. It's not healthy for people to be in fear of walking down the street or being in a shopping center or wherever. This is not cool, and he belongs in the the BS of the day section. That's where we putting him. Yeah, yeah. Milwaukee, boy, you know better than that mess. That was really fucked up. It was really fucked up. Let's just call it how it is. It was really fucked up and it was racist. And you're not supposed to judge a book by the cover, but damn it, some really do depict what's going on inside of that book. I'm just saying. Okay, so let's move on from him. All right, so you guys know that there's already been one truck found with some people in the back of it. Well, another one has been found. So, and this is a very short amount of time. This is number 2 for the UK. Um, they about to set a record real quick on this. 15 people were recovered alive in the back of a truck in the UK by police on Wednesday. As police said, they've identified the 39 people found dead in another truck weeks earlier. Police and emergency responders were called to the scene in Wiltshire, 90 miles west of London, where they found 15 people, all being believed to be males, aged 16 to 30 years old, in the back of the truck. The men and teens were arrested on suspicion of entering the UK illegally, according to the police. One man was taken to the hospital but was released and also arrested. Their identities and nationalities have not been released. The driver of the vehicle, however, a man from Ireland in his 50s, was arrested by police on suspicion of assisting illegal entry into the country, and he remains in custody. Officers had been called by a member of the public shortly before 8:30 p.m., the police stated. The road near Chippenham, where the truck was found, was closed for around 4 hours as police investigated. The discovery comes after 39 bodies, 31 men and 8 women, were discovered on October 23rd in a truck parked on an industrial estate in the UK. The victims are believed to be Vietnamese nationals, according to the police. All of the Essex victims were formally identified on Thursday, and the families of those victims have been notified, police said in a statement. Leading the investigation in Wiltshire, Duty Superintendent Steve Cox said, I fully understand that recent tragic events elsewhere in the country will mean there will be increased interest and heightened concern regarding this incident. While while authorities have not yet offered any details regarding where the 15 immigrants were traveling from, there have been several cases of migrants being smuggled across borders in recent years, with many losing their lives. In 2017, emergency services found dozens of undocumented migrants in distress in a semi-trailer in a Walmart parking lot in San Antonio, Texas. 9 people died. In 2018, a Hungarian court convicted of a group of smugglers for their roles in the trafficking and deaths of 71 migrants whose bodies were found in a truck abandoned next to a highway in Australia in 2015. So, I mean, the history is running deep, but that really is letting you know and just how bad that whole human trafficking as well as smuggling, I mean, all of it is running along the same lines. It's happening, and People, you got to be careful. Truckers don't take no jobs that you don't feel like are legit. Because other than that, then you stepping into a load of bullshit you might not know you stepping into. So play it smart. Um, Somebody's going down for this. Somebody's, because it's more than one person doing this. It's it's too, dare I say, well organized. I'm not trying to give any credit to it, but this can't keep going on. We have enough going on. So people, can we draw this back? Can we get back to just chilling, not trying to sneak people in the country or risk your lives getting into a situation you don't know what you're doing? We got to use some common sense now. This is way too much of a reoccurring set of events. It's too often. It's like a pattern. So okay, UK, I don't know what y'all doing or got going on, but everybody's dirt is going to have to come to the light. So don't do it if you don't want to do the time. That's all I can say about that one. But y'all get what I'm saying. It's just some shit is just common sense, and some of this shit, it's just dumb as hell. Let's just go on and be real about the shit. It's dumb as hell. And these are people we're talking about here. They're not animals. They're not cattle that you're bringing in for the slaughter for your burgers or something. That's not what that is. And you can't go around dashing people with acid because you have some deep down seated rooted issues that your grandpappy and them and grandmama and them fucked you up on. Because that shit is taught. No child is born with a racist bone in their body. And for you, sir, with your old ass dashing people with acid, your ass is old enough to know better that you're not supposed to be doing shit like that. I'm just saying. So hopefully they don't give him no pass or no excuse and get off with a bullshit slap on the wrist. Because they seem to be handing those out here lately. Like some day old Halloween candy. Or should I say week or two old Halloween candy that just nobody's just buying. So they just giving the shit away. No. He should do that time. And whoever's linked to this smuggling and human trafficking, it's gotta stop. That's all I say. It's gotta stop. There's too much of that. We don't want to just keep having to report that type of shit. We want to actually report some good shit at some point in time. So yeah, but these are the things that need to be known that's going on. So especially when you want to travel and shit, you want to know what's going on, where it is you're trying to travel to and go kick it with and meet people from and marry and all that type of shit. You gotta know what's going on. And that's just being real about it. Cause I mean, ain't no other way to put that shit. You gotta be for real. If you're gonna be for real about yourself, that means you're gonna protect yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. So you're gonna know who it is you're dealing with, where you're going, and what you're going for, and what it is you're doing before you do it. It's gotta be a must. That has to now be common sense. Don't know how some folks are gonna get it, if they'll even get it at all. But all we can do is hope and pray for them. But for those who are listening to this podcast, thank you for tuning in. You have been listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you the realest information, entertainment, music, lifestyle, and comedy shows around. I have been your host, Toni Williams, and you have been listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station. Make sure to like, share, and follow all of my content. Let the world know. Toni on One Williams over here on One. Y'all might need to come check it out. Show that love. I got y'all. Next show, hit me up 318-315-3971. You've been listening to Let's Talk with Toni Williams. Till next time, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and I will see y'all next time.